Wait a second. Okay, I was about to freak out. Alright, cool. Borderlands 2 comes out tomorrow at midnight. I will be probably streaming it live. And they do have preloads. I haven't even pre-ordered it yet. I've been playing the new Skate game early access. It's pretty fun. I definitely want to get into that. I don't plan on streaming it. I feel like because it has music in it, it's some like good music, a lot of copyrighted material. Like, I don't really feel like messing around like that. And it's a game where you have to do tricks. You have to do like certain things. It's not like I could do whatever. So I think it would be more enjoyable if I just play it to myself. And that's what I'm probably gonna do.
Flame of the Forge.
Play it myself, enjoy it, and that's about it.
Can begin.
So I'll probably keep playing. I'll probably just end up playing Borderlands 4 and PoE 2 on stream. That's about it.
Is the temple of the sun god Kobek. I've seen writings by a fellow named Ketzuli that mention his research in this temple, but I can't quite make sense of what the device was or how it functioned. Unfortunately, we can't use Kalguran explosives without risking whatever's inside. However, there's a piece missing from the door. Knowing the Val, it'll be made of gold, of course. I recommend heading into the city to search for it. Try looking around the Agarat area, as that is well known for its opulence in the golden tributes, especially at the main... Bye.
I had a lot of trouble on my monk with the Chaos Trial, but then we got to the Drowned City, we were able to enter the Molten Temple, I think, and I couldn't beat that boss either. And that's like when I stopped playing monk, so we're gonna see. I already got to the Chaos Trial. It was pretty difficult to get to the Chaos Trial as my warrior, but we're gonna see if I can get through the Molten Temple, see if I can demolish the boss. I feel like I have to because he was much easier than the Chaos Trial, so I probably just curb stomp him. Even though he probably has physical and resistance, because he's literally like a molten boss. He still should get demolished. He should still get folded up pretty easily.
So, the city of Utsal has been let treasure in particular. Don't get eaten.
Looks like you get a spirit gem if you, you know, do this molten boss. There's a lot going on in the political world, but to me it's normal. Like if you're not educated, you don't understand how history works, where, you know, wars and people having power and control and taking their ideas and putting in out, like that's like history. You read a history book, that's really all it is, you know what I'm saying? Wars, kings and stuff. So I've already kind of predicted this, that like as people get older, they'll just become more conservative. And what is going on now is like touching on that people are coming together for this in a very coherent way, you know. And I think the quicker you understand like history and, you know, being conservative, or, you know, being like mature and adult, the quicker you can move past the tactics that aren't going to help you, you know what I'm saying? Like if you want to be like annoying or some type of trickster, like that's cool, but you know, being like more mature history and all that, like just learning the do's and don'ts, I guess, or what's effective quickly, like that'll stop things like this from happening, you know. In today's age, with things like, I guess you could say entertainment. I guess entertainment's always had its place, but being more of like a cornerstone in people's lives, like being a reflection of who they are, not necessarily being this side project. It's very interesting to see the natural progression. Like I said, like as people get older, they become more conservative. Or people, this isn't even to say that conservative beliefs are bad, but this is just to say that an iteration of people that are conservative and have worthy opponents. Like if I was like the King of England and I had a worthy opponent, and I just like eyed him constantly, make me seem a lot more sinister. Where like you don't actually have that stuff. I'm saying, you know, it's like being a king's okay until you start to have these obsessions or you start to act as some like disconnected person, right? So it's like if you're a Christian, you know, it's just reality. People have beliefs, people have ways of life, and that defines their perspective, and like it defines the reality. Like if you're Indian, you literally live in India, and it's like Indian, you know, it's India. That's what I mean. That's not to say that anything's good or bad in theory. It's like the parameters, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you went to school and you became a doctor, like you're more academic. That's like your perspective. Alright. So like if my dad was Christian and his dad, and I'm Christian, I live in like a Christian town, it has nothing to do with morality. It's all to do with parameters. Morality is not really a parameter after like 100 years, right? Like after 100 years, what happened. Morality is like someone's in the alleyway getting beat up. Alright, so and what's going on currently, I think it definitely expresses the fact that, you know, as people do get older, they become more conservative. So their parameters change, you know, like this is what is acceptable to them, right? Like this is life for them. But something happening to these people, you can't always consider it like a matter of morality, you know. Like you live in a Christian town and we have rules that reflect tradition, we have rules that reflect time, not necessarily someone's in the alleyway getting beat up, you know. Like if your kids listen to rock and roll and you live in a Christian town or something back in the day or whatever, it doesn't mean someone's in the alleyway being harmed. It means this goes against our traditions, you know. Right, so I definitely advise people to understand the difference between the fence that keeps your community safe and someone getting beat up in the alleyway, not being able to pull out like a Bible to save themselves, right? Them needing morality, someone needing to understand right from wrong outside of their community's rules and their traditions, right? So I'm not saying that people who aren't conservative have more morality and less tradition. I'm just saying that the traditions of like most societies call for more tradition and less morality, and that's okay until the alleyway is full of people getting beat up, right? So it's like you might be like, well, I want to make it a matter of morality, and it's like that's almost a luxury. I'm saying people that grew up in a small town or, you know, Middle East, the idea of today's morality as opposed to tradition, like that's not realistic, you know. It makes sense because it's the right thing to do, but it doesn't go beyond tradition, you know. And sometimes it should, you know. Someone who's older should understand that their life's set up how it is, and certain decisions don't really matter to them. With someone who isn't in their position, that decision to do something right now is all that matters. So, you know, it's simply it's the simple fact that sometimes you're so big and you have so much power, like a king, that today doesn't really matter, like every day, like how everyday things go, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're a king and you tell people they can't listen to rock and roll, and today you're feeling sad as the king, but you're not gonna do anything with rock and roll, it doesn't matter that much to people because that's just a luxury, you know what I'm saying? So when something bad happens to these people, conservatives, or like these people who have very strong tradition, this doesn't make things like morality not exist or right and wrong. It just takes a backseat to tradition. And today, it's like every other day to someone who could be suffering from their rules and traditions. So it's not necessarily a matter of morality, you know. If you're a king and you're oppressed people and you fall on the stairs, it's not because the people have no morality, it's because the king is always on them, you know what I'm saying? So it's different. Everyone would agree that when the king did this one thing, it was against morality, but he claimed it was tradition, you know. When the king ended up dying, people wanted the king's everyday rule to be gone. It's not necessarily that they don't have morals. So either side, you know, if something happens to conservative people or kings, it's not because no one has morals. It's not if the king does something no one likes, it's not because he doesn't have morality. It just has taken a backseat to his position and his actions. And sometimes morality can take a backseat to things that aren't a king, you know what I'm saying? That's why morality is, whether you're a king or not, it's an important it's important, you know what I'm saying? It's like when someone gets killed and they're controversial, we all have to understand that, you know, they were human and that was their life. But at the end of the day, if they have controversial views and they're creating an environment for certain people that they don't want to be a part of. They don't want to be in that environment. And if the only way to survive is to cheer when the king falls down the stairs, that's them taking that leap that every day that the king was winning, and now today he's not going to be able to win because he fell down the stairs. So I'm sure in today's age where you live in the West, tradition isn't that important, but you also would have people talking about the degeneration of society. So it's like people don't focus enough on the morals, you know. A good example is why America came to be in the first place, according to history, that they wanted religious freedom and all that. They wanted to escape that prosecution. They wanted to escape the daily effects of the religion that ruled and ran their lives. They weren't doing it as a king. They didn't come to America as a king who had his own rule and religion in mind. So, you know, you have to understand that whole thing. Someone lived in a house under their parents and their parents were abusive. They had to live in those parameters, and the ideas of today and the progressiveness of just this one moment, or this idea of morality, doesn't really work in their favor, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you have to understand these things. I mean, it happens so often that it's simple, you know what I'm saying? This definitely shows you that you have to make a choice. You have to make a conscious choice to say, am I just gonna be
The craftsmanship,
this?
it's exceptional.
Ooh, evasion of shield. These boots probably would be really good on like my monk, because 12% critical damage bonus per power charge. Like that's kind of insane. Like you're gonna have at least 3, and this gives you +1 power charge. You're gonna have at least 2 or 3 power charges, and that's like 20-30% crit damage. Those boots might resurrect my monk from the dead. But you already have boots on him. But they're probably not even that good at this point. They're probably just like energy shield boots. So this is to say, when something happens to, I guess we'll say what we understand today, someone who might be considered like a democratic, I guess you could say victim, that the Democrats are going to scream about this guy. We should understand that he was a human, and people are going to use this to their advantage politically, but he was a human, and you know, most people's morals be like, he was a human, he shouldn't have been killed in such a way. And people are going to use this for political gain. And then if something happens to conservative people, the same thing, you know. But just know that the morality people are asking for, the humanity is the same, but the political outcome is different. So you have to be a little bit more sensitive that, you know, if the king of chocolate dies, people are going to be pretty sad. And they want more chocolate. They might not get it now. And if the king of, like, machine guns dies, you know, understand that they might be a little insensitive because of what he represented politically in the life. It wasn't enough for him to just, I wouldn't say impose, but to project his beliefs in his own life, but to project it onto other people's lives. And that might make people a little insensitive. You might yourself have become a little insensitive following those beliefs. So if something happens to that person, everyone has to be a little bit more reasonable. You know, if Hitler dies, people followed him politically and he was a person. Right? You can't just string Hitler up in the middle of town square and think that's a good thing. Right? And it requires maturity. It requires being reasonable for you to see, yes, there is political wars and there's like morality. You know, there's political back and forth and there's morality. You know, this is why things like religion are so important, because a lot of times that goes beyond that totalitarian government view, and also it gives you a very powerful morality or moral compass. You know, that you know better than to eat people, and you know better than to be a greedy man. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you could understand the views of religion, you might be like, you're right. So-and-so was killed, and he was controversial, but he's a human, and we shouldn't be a greedy person, right? He's a human, and we ourselves shouldn't let our political beliefs cloud our morality, because it's convenient to be powerful and be in charge, and it's not convenient to have morals or something like that. If we relied on religion instead of people we don't respect, you know, to be our moral compass, and not even worshiping religion, just understanding the goal of religion, you know, to have some sense of there being something more, you know, than just we're going to be hippies, we're going to be greedy politicians, right? It'll help you deal with these type of things when it happens, you know. People are still going to be fighting these political battles. People are still going to have to take their morality and use it for the answer, you know. Alright. It's just, it depends how long it takes people to come to understanding, and how they get there, you know, all that jazz. Journey. No damage.
My satchel is full.
So I'm not the person who's gonna say, well, this guy was this political, this guy was that political. First and foremost, you know, he was a person, and him getting killed was probably graphic and horrific. And nobody probably just on the regular likes to see people get killed. And is like
I've no more
a
room.
vibrant being, you know, like Charles Manson isn't a vibrant person, like he's kind of dark. Like he doesn't sit in the corner with rainbows shooting out of his forehead. He's kind of dark. So first things first, like he was a person. If you didn't know what political alignment he had, you'd be like, poor dude. You know? So he was a person, and whether he was a good person or not, you know, I doubt he was as cold and unyielding as like a gun, right? Like some things just serpent-seed human capabilities like a machine gun. But people are going to continue to go for this more conservative as they get older and this and that. So like that's a direction people have to deal with that, you know, whether they agree or not. Whether they understand this iteration or they don't. All right.
Oh, our local.
Just 20% movement speed on these boots. It's like kind of insane. Insane boots.
There's a scuff on that one.
Rarity.
No refunds.
Armor. Crazy armor. Crazy amount of rarity. We just need the movement speed. Movement speed. Movement speed. One more chance for movement speed, and these boots are about to be terrible. Cool, we got movement speed. Just what the doctor ordered. Alright, so I'm not going to create this underdog morality system that everyone can rely on and also turn their back on when it's convenient, right? You have to understand that people are at some point, just like how they want to be older, be conservative, and be stable, people are going to want, some people are going to want that morality, higher power as the head of, you know, their older, more mature life and perspective. So it's like, before you get into politics, before you get into people getting shot with guns, you need to understand maturity and all that, you know what I'm saying? And history and all these other things. Things that require to be more mature. The requirement is maturity, then the requirement is for you to know something. And then you can make decisions. If you just go off of crazy maniac movements, then that's what you'll get. You'll be like a maniac extremist. Especially in today's age where, if you're younger, you know, you grew up with technology and the ability to communicate with people across the world, maybe people you relate to, or can even tolerate a little bit better than someone who's next to you. Allowing you to piggyback off of their advancements. You know, you took their advancements, took your advancements, and you guys were advanced together using technology. Like, you gotta understand that everyone isn't your Xbox friend, you know? Everyone isn't as willing to tolerate what you're going to do in an instant, right? You know, people don't have Xbox friends, and then they become like these country, like, I guess, bigots. This isn't the direction most of the time, right? I would say to have faith in, like, the future generations, but I'd also remind you that humanity isn't like a cockroach or a bug that breeds millions of bugs and can just change so quickly. Alright. It takes so much longer to change because people like to have snow cones and they like to have nice things. If people lived on a refrigerator like a cockroach, they could change pretty quickly. But they don't. Alright. I'm going to the Molten Temple first because I want to see if I can even beat the boss.
The monkey god. Even I'm tempted to... No, I'll just die horribly.
I suppose I could look for treasure while I'm here.
So let's just look at things how rich people might look at them. That they look at everything through God's power and God's morality and their own power and morality. And we would come to the conclusion that you're right. Like, if God scared us with his power, people gave us a religious premise that was maybe kind of intimidating, we would be genuinely scared and concerned and want a different way, a better way, you know? So it's like, people may not be able to give you that, right? And people may not, who aren't the same religion, aren't the same moral thingy, whatever, the same political thing, like, they might not be able to give you that better way. They might be able to give you the way they're gonna do it, but you might not be able to accept that. So it's like, people are different, you know? People are different, they have different directions. Everyone isn't beholden to your power and perspective. Even if they lived in your kingdom, they probably would be scared of you and do things secretly or something, right? So it's like,
Every step is
it's super simple. Historically, this has been going on for so long that really the only history people understand, and the only perspective people understand, is this more power-based perspective. It's like some people look at the world through rose-colored glasses. Some people look out and they think that the world revolves around them or their power. People actually acknowledge them and their power or something.
How can I be of it?
Hey there.
I have nothing in my inventory, what the heck?
Farewell.
But, let's go to Molten Vault and see if we can demolish this boss. You know, it'd probably be smarter to go do the Filth, the Apex of Filth first, because that's going to be just easier. I might get a level or two out of it. So, I got all my fire stuff. You know, we got some extra physical damage. That's extra fire damage. Which is great because we do so much physical damage that it's like, we're just smacking stuff. I guess I need to make a big decision here. 25 strength. 8 strength. Rage on melee hit. Accuracy. Armor. I need to look up what armor applies to fire damage means. I think I know what it means, but it's just it's worded so weird. It's worded in a weird way that I don't necessarily get the wording. So yeah, it does mean that, and of course I already got this, but the wording's just so weird. I needed clarification so my brain would work. I'd be like, okay, that's actually this. this does reduce fire damage taken. So I think as a warrior, it'd be silly not to go for this. But at the same time, I'm also looking to get this 25 strength. This 25 strength node. You know, then there's 8. You know, 8 here, 8 there. So yeah, I'll probably go for that. And there's also maybe some other things. There's a totem, there's a bleed. Ailments. I might not go in that direction. There might be some other direction I should go in. Maybe I should go get this fire tree right here for that penetration. I might go that direction first. I might go towards this regeneration on no life. That could be pretty good. I'll probably go for the low. No, I'm gonna go for the fire damage because it's pretty close. I'll go for the fire damage, and then I'll probably go for the low life. Regen, I don't know. We'll see. So I'll do the Apex of Filth first because this is what I teleported to on accident. And it should be easier.
Come here.
Meaning... I make it a level.
Feel my wrath.
There's really no point in doing the side quests and mushrooms here because you don't get anything too spectacular. I also learned yesterday, that you actually have to activate in the Valley of Giants. There's that global buff. You actually have to activate one of them. You don't get both of them. I never really knew that you had to activate them. So I need to go back on my other characters and activate them. But it's just like some charm stuff, which is... It's still pretty substantial because if you can get a charm slot and you need resistances, you know, it's pretty good. Alright, where's the Valley of Giants? I don't even think that's what it's called. I think it's called something else. Valley of Titans. Yep. Maybe it only applies to the current act because it looks like it's gone. Yeah, okay. Looks like actually... I don't think any of them are activated now. Yeah, okay, here we go. So now we look at the map. Here, one of them is active. So let's see if we'll actually know if it's permanent. We have 3 charm slots. When we go to Act 3, if you still have 3 charm slots, it is a global buff that applies everywhere. Yeah, it's a global buff. Okay. So, yeah, we're starting to really understand more things that just aren't written out in this game, and I haven't really seen every single guide and tips thing. Think of it like the, you know, a lot of the things in like the world that go on that you don't really have too much control over, like some political stuff. Think of it like the communists versus like Americans, you know, like arms race, you know, stuff like that, technology races. They're trying to find the best way to do something the fastest and establish that as their position. So think people becoming super conservative. They're trying to take the best position and that be their position, right?
Let's see what
Some people don't look at it as an arms race when maybe they should. Right. Nowadays with the internet, it's like if people can get access to information of like AI and its true capabilities, or it can really almost de-escalate You know, if the average person has access to information, it can de-escalate a lot of problems, right? If every person that was regular had access to a lot of, like, financial information or technology or just information like science, like, that could just de-escalate a lot of things, I'm saying. You're not as likely to use these type of things as a weapon if everybody knows about them. Okay, you need a soul core to get through here. So, we'll see if we can find one. I probably should go back to base and get a charm, because now I have 3 slots. I know I have this fire charm, but I'm wondering if there's like an ignite charm. That could be very, very helpful. Especially when I want to fight the Molten boss. He will light you on fire. I don't see any ignite resistance. Probably grab a lightning one.
What do you need? Some pretty things, yes? Don't eat anything colorful. I wish that they removed the rolling grunting sound because they added sprint, and now I like to just roll around the whole time, whether I'm sprinting or not. Because I always can break into a sprint if I need to. I wish they maybe would get rid of it or something, or maybe put like a cooldown on it. Like he'll grunt after one roll, or if you keep rolling, he won't keep grunting, or something, right? I might have to, like, drop that on Twitter because I think that would just be kind of sensible at this point. Hearing a guy grunt for like 8 hours isn't that good. Got us some unique boots for the warrior. Movement speed, armor. Just like movement speed boots. That's a lot of movement speed on the warrior though, but at the end of the day I already have 20% movement speed on my boots. That would just be like 30 or 35. Really not. I don't really care, I'm saying. It's something I would use early. But, you know. Once your warrior's already like where I'm at, you don't really ever need it. You could like trade them away. Compared to the Titan warrior, I don't need that much movement speed because I'm always going to be in an animation, whether that be leaping or slamming. If I was like dropping totems and war cries, I would want to move quick. And getting it affected with an ailment, moving even faster would be... It seems kind of good. Hey, look, we found the boss.
It's safe to say he's seen me.
Let's see if we have a lot of trouble with this dude. I'm sure he has fire resistance and physical resistance. That seems like a given. Yeah, fire resistance and you know, it's exactly what I said was gonna be. I ropered into that. You still get him in the business. I don't have any health potions. Yep.
The better smith wins.
We did it. Now, is there a soul core around here where I can get to that other place? There was like a soul core thing. How am I supposed to get out of here? I guess we're just supposed to go back to town. I don't know.
Quickly.
Came back alive, did ya? I'll organize the men. Keep anything you're able to lift out of there yourself.
I'll put this hammer to good use.
New foraging bench.
Tempered by flame.
Is this... I don't know. We'll see.
time. Don't drink the water.
Alright, so the boom, that was the molten temple. Or vault, not temple.
This mushroom is different. No mana. Come here! Here are the mushrooms you seek.
Okay, the reaping weapons are staves. I wasn't able to find any of these. Like, is it a wand? I haven't really seen any of them. They don't grant reap. But the real question is, if you were to, you know, ooh, crit chance. If you were to upgrade, like, what would be like its inherent, like affixes? 24% damage is fire damage isn't bad because I am playing an Infernalist.
I know where to keep that.
It's not bad. I think you're doing really well with PoE 2, especially compared to like something like Diablo. It's like the ambition, or what is the word? Is it ambition? If I do the ambition, I don't know. But just the view, like what you're willing to believe that they're gonna do, and like what they end up doing. You know, it's much, I guess, risky. It's broader. Like, compared to PoE, every other ARPG is just like a safe... It's like a safe... It's much safer, you know, the development, like, you're not going to get anything too game-breaking or changing. Like, it seems like every time you get a major update with PoE 2, it changes so much, you know. Not always for the better, but just the fact that they're willing to do it. Add all these new things. It's like... Of course, it's a game in early access. And any developer can release a game in early access... and then say, look all the changes we're making, because it's literally not even out yet. But that's not really true, because even with PoE 1, there's so many things that they add and change. You know. I think PoE is probably the best ARPG. But I'm kind of surprised I didn't even hear about PoE 2 back in 2013 or 12. I just didn't hear about it until recently. Like 2020 something, right? I really wish I would have played it back in the day. I feel like it would have definitely shaped me back in the day a little bit more than it could have done by now, I'm saying, at this point.
I'd sooner take your head.
Get erased.
This looks like exactly what I need.
I get these Russians out of here. I actually want to see what Reap does, so I'm gonna throw it in the stash, put on my Witch, see what it does. Where am I even at on my Witch? Like, what am I even doing currently on them? I keep thinking I'm gonna jump back on my Monk, but it's like, you know, we're just gonna get smacked. I'm gonna get slapped. I'm probably playing a Witch tomorrow. I might not even be high enough level to use it. I just realized that I'm probably not. Yeah, I'd be level 41. But I now know that it's a wand, or it's a staff, reaping staff. So I can just gamble staves, and I'm bound to get a reaping one.
I am fond of that.
I mean, it should be in the staffs. I don't want to spend too much cash money. I'm sure it
I trust
is
you
a staff.
appreciate that.
Alright, that's enough gambling. It just wasn't gonna come my way. I think reaping might be better than bone staff. My monk is pretty high level. Does he have enough intelligence to use it? He'd like 74 intelligence to use it. I just want to see what it does. .74 int. I have 61. I should have something in here that'll give me like a bunch of intelligence. 7 intelligence. 15 intelligence. Let's see how this works. This might be way better than using bone. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Thunderous demise.
I don't know if I really want any part in that. Maybe just holding on to it. But at the end of the day, as a witch, you do get a scepter and a wand, so I don't think it's going to be too convenient to use that. Okay. Yeah, we're not probably going to use that at all. That was a waste of probably 10,000 gold.
Greetings.
What do you need? Anything that it's a deal. Take care.
You found it! Try placing the idol in the door. Maybe we'll get lucky. Good luck.
Don't ask where I found it. How is there light within this ancient...
Ancient fire!
Seems like you say in the shadows, the sun won't affect you. I just introduced to the sun, so I'm kind of like trying to like, what is this? Like, what's going on with the sun? This artificial sun.
Come here!
But this helmet looks ridiculous.
This was made
Energy
by a
shield,
skilled
rarity,
artisan.
crit chance, Eldritch battery. Eldritch battery. Converts all energy shield to mana, doubles mana costs. So you wouldn't have any energy shield with this. So it's like, in what world would you want to use that? I'm saying. Let's see if it gets rid of your energy shield or if it like gives you energy shield and mana. So I'm gonna sell this on my warrior. Actually, I can't. I don't have enough intelligence. Maybe if you're like playing a monk, like evasion monk, that could be pretty good. Right. 25% crit chance is huge. If you really want to play an evasion monk and you somehow had enough evasion to make that work, and you needed the mana, I mean, the crit chance is pretty tempting.
Enough! Mania!
You could probably wear that on somebody who isn't necessarily using energy shield to get the crit chance.
What incredible and terrifying wonders.
Is this a boss fight? Of course it is, right?
Not a chance.
Okay, that's a pretty precise beam. Like, I thought I was just gonna shoot him everywhere. Like missiles, just randomly flying around. They just go in a straight line. This guy's gonna get melted, though. Please do.
Flame of the Forge!
Ouch. You got melted.
Do not fear the fire. It is mine to shape.
Val ingenuity never ceases to amaze me.
There, I got a new tier. Got Stampede.
Stampede leaves jagged ground in your path. It finishes with a massive slam that causes all jagged ground to erupt with aftershocks.
This requires shield?
Stampede
No.
Hold down the button for supercharged slam to charge up a seismic cry damages and knocks back enemies, heavily stunning targets that have near full stun meters. Enemies who Stampede leaves jagged ground in your path.
Are these Stampede, like these, every step a slam? Let's see, let's throw down a, some fissures. Yeah, okay. That's okay with me.
These runes. I can make out symbols for blood and offering. Wait, no. It's not a blood offering, it's someone of Val blood. Perhaps if I... It worked! Now this is truly something! The apex! It's opening! Goodness me!
There's like some lighting right there that made my health bar look kind of red, or like the whole below the UI. That look actually really, really cool. Really cool.
We're back in the encampment? I can't believe it! We were right on top of this device the entire time.
No, not what you do. Darkness comes.
Gateway.
Meddle with what has been. Who knows what will happen because of it?
Probably not gonna do it. They're gonna go through the gateway.
Don't drink the water.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom before I go to the gateway. I'll be right back. And I'll hit the gateway.
Oh, my stomach hurts so bad.
This is a time travel.
Are these living Ra? In the flesh? Hello! My name is Alva Valai. It was I who... No, don't run away! Oh, they think we pose a threat. Let's go after them. This city in its prime. This is a dream come true. There they are. We need no harm. I was hoping to avoid conflict.
So you got some guys using stacks, some guys using daggers.
Face me!
These guys seem like classes, you know, the sorceress, the monk. They seem like something more like that. I was pressing T, I have nothing assigned to T. I just stood there. I keep pressing T. Yep. In this area there is, looks like an extra boss fight, the Viper.
Amazing.
I should bring
What
this to
a find.
Oswald.
How do I even get back to the people that were like forward in time? The present.
age ends here!
Don't worry. I can solve this. This is all just a misunderstanding.
Which one of you activated the gate? Which one of you is a Val blood?
Why, that was me, of course. I am Alva Valai, treasure hunter extraordinary.
Take her! Bring her to Doriani. As for you, I will pay back every drop of Val blood you have spilled. I will not relent.
Expected.
Bow to your queen or die!
Out of mana.
Pain sharpens the mind. You will fall before us. Pain sharpens the mind. Kali's way.
This boss is pretty tough. They're like resistant to almost everything. And this is with those classic setups where you have people creating like a circle, or in this case a square, around the arena. And they actually are pretty effective. They're like just poking you when you get close to the edge. And then when I die too, they're like poison spears. Just poison spears.
Don't want to start a fight.
Greetings. Go.
It's like Oswald died. It's right here. So what is this?
God's gift Eldersley. They survived 19. Hey? The ziggurat beneath good things. Don't get eaten.
Ooh, 30% of armor also applies elemental damage. That could be really good. If it ends up being better than boots I have now. I really would just want movement speed, and that's all I really want. Let's take movement speed. 10% movement speed. I might have to take it because I need more resistance. Rarity. Man alive. I'll take it.
Still alive. Be wary.
I'll put these in my stash, my monk and my witch. We'll see how that all goes. Ooh.
That was no death. What was that?
That was kind of interesting what happened. Looks like it's the same thing that happens when you see those frozen enemies in the crystals. That like drop types of items. Level 3 sport gems. Do I already have some of these?
Fear will vest you!
Alright, there's probably one more boss after this. I never actually beat Act 3 back, you know, in the early iterations of this game's updates. I usually end up playing a bunch of different classes and never really got around to it. And I also was struggling. I mainly was playing Monk and Warrior. I would struggle a lot to even get through the content. The Monk actually used to be better than the Warrior. Now the Warrior is like way better than the Monk. The Monk just isn't that good at this point. Maybe if I had played, I think it's Invoker. I always play Invoker, and they changed the Cultid of Chagula, and I wanted to see if they're any good. They're pretty good. It's just not like you're trying to do chaos damage and lifesteal instead of just stacking elemental damage, right? Like it's much easier to just go Invoker because you're already doing ice damage, you're already doing lightning damage, so it's like you can't really go wrong there. I'm guessing there's probably 3 buildings. Oh, I think I just found a third. 3 buildings with these idols in them. Looks like I might have missed one, but I just ran into another building. This probably has the last one. Maybe he'll give you like a permanent buff at this point.
I've no more room. Another interesting artifact.
I have 3 of them. This guy gonna let me turn these in. I need to go to the bathroom again. My stomach really hurts, so yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom a couple times. Alright, guys.
Begins.
forward. Doesn't seem like I can give Oswald any of these quest items. I can't even put them,
How goes it? She's sounding, well, I log every... I don't go out there if I can help.
can I like sell these to him? Okay, so you're probably just supposed to sell them, I guess. Makes sense. Just like a bunch of random treasures.
What have you learned?
What do you need? Be wary.
Close down bits.
Come here!
All right.
These people are already doomed. I will kill whoever I must.
So you put sound like a banner or something. There's a blood sacrifice. That seems kind of cool. Let's see what that's about.
I will best you!
All right. After Act 3, I'm gonna go eat some food. I might come back later, play my witch. I probably will. I might go play Skate or something. Maybe Cyberpunk.
Come here!
Just a blood sacrifice.
this heart.
God.
Hammer and anvil!
Ugh, a place of savagery.
Is this a heart? Is this supposed to be like an actual heart? It is a huge heart. Wow.
Huh. There is power in brutality.
Oh wow, you get 2 free passives. That's convenient. Why didn't that create any fishes? I just jumped inside of like, okay. I like jumped inside the pillar and got stuck.
Come here! Steel yourself!
This is Doriani. How arrogant.
The intruder is here? Out of Nahuatl. I see. No mercy then. Kill him on sight.
Easier said than done, Thaumaturge.
This is like probably the last dungeon of the act. This might be the best like Mayan type of thing I've ever seen in a game. Almost like any fiction. It definitely is pretty good. It's not like lost on the shock. Like you see a bunch of dead bodies and like sacrificial altars, like you're not shocked and thinking. It's like you're able to kind of enjoy it. A horse type of Mayan setup. Aztec line, whatever you want to do. Got my 4 skill, support gem. Dang. Too many enemies. Dang, that's really good. There's a lot of good stuff here. And I really just want to go eat some food right now, but I want to finish this act first. I'm starting to kind of struggle. I've been struggling ever since, a little bit. Ever since I got to the past, going through the portal. And, I'm probably gonna put some more points into armor. Oh, sorry, I need to start using Rolling Slam more. That does way more damage. Alright. We have Rolling Slam, Ancestral Boosting, Area Effects, Post Combat. That's only 20% increased damage. Rolling Slam. I could go Heavy Swing. It's only 10% less damage, but that'd be a lot more damage. I don't have to worry about being close to the enemy. So yeah, that's just good. Will Rapid Attack work on a Rolling Slam? Yeah, it actually does work on Rolling Slam. Okay, I just don't have enough slots to really rely on something like that. You know, it doesn't even seem that much slower. Rolling Slam having that 10% reduced attack speed. I don't really notice it. Please stop dying.
I'm not ready.
Literally was so close to killing him. I should have killed that little minion on the side.
Hold down the button for supercharged slam to hold down the button for
All that aftershock stuff will come when I get more ascendancy points and I'm able to grab Earthbreaker. Because I don't have really high chance to drop aftershocks. It might be smart when I get my next ones to get like Mysterious Lineage. Definitely struggling. I'm almost, I wouldn't say at a standstill, but the enemies usually would just get demolished. They would explode. Something like Aftershock at this point would be good because it just would be more DPS, more attacks hitting.
How can I?
I'm trying to get this thing to come off. It's not coming off. Okay, now it's coming off for some reason. Like this one won't come off. It just isn't coming off. I don't know.
Here to help. Don't drink the water.
How goes it? If you hear a click, duck.
Some new rings probably would be smart. Just kind of optimize my gear a little bit better. I could probably do a lot better, but I'm trying to hold out for some of these affixes. I could do some socketing, I guess. Just what I really need. Resistances. This mana and life regen, or from the flask, we get increase recovery from flask. I'll probably grab some more armor. 15 armor, get 30 in total from those two. I could even go for this strength, because that'll give me a lot of health. I think you get 2 strength per... You get 2 health per strength. So this would be 50 health if I got this 25 health node.
I think I'll wait for a fight first.
How can I be of
This ring The lightning resistance isn't really too important right now. I probably could do better. Like 25 lifeline kill would be great. This right here, this ring has a 14 fire damage. This still has some good resistances. And this will give me more damage. And then I could just upgrade it to a rare. There's some intelligence and other things. I mean, it's still better. That's basically, it's, I guess you could say, fundamentally better. Doing this other ring, like, barely adds any damage. This ring would be better. Plus, I still get a lot of those stat upgrades. Bleeding. Freeze. Slow. Do I really need crit chance on a necklace? And it's probably the best necklace I have anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these skill gems. I don't need these. Like, they're just taking up space. I'll get more skill gems at some point anyway. I have a bunch right here, so. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna buy armor. I mean, it's a little bit of armor. Can make my way towards something more substantial. Something more substantial. I think I definitely should grab this regen health on no life. So how do I want to get here? It doesn't seem like there's anything really over there. Over here. There's a two-handed weapon tree over here. It gives me area effects. Stun buildup. So I could start going for that. I mean, it's not going to take that long. I guess you could argue that you want benefits now. You can always start pursuing things further away. You have enough points to go there in one, you know, in one turn, basically. Strength's still good, it gives me health.
Vile cleverness. Madness no longer surprises
Fool!
me.
There is no time for this. Azeri will soon commune with the beast. Cease your assault.
We're talking about the beast. Maybe they have that corrupt red beast that you're following around in the past. I assume that that's the case because it's such a vague term. The beast. Probably the same thing.
Another mystery laid bare.
Stop this at once. I take no pleasure in harming one of my own. But if you persist, I will do with her what I must.
Come here! Need mana.
So, at the eve of the end, the demon of Atzoatl has finally come forth.
I'm not here for you, fool!
Ignition. I've had enough of this. Nothing can stand against
Out of
us.
mana!
Channel the reactor. The best way You think you can run?
No mana.
I plan for every contingency.
Hammer and anvil.
Full power. Fatal ambition. This is not over yet. I will burn you alive. I've been preparing for you for years. Now you're within my grasp.
I'm not ready.
Do you truly think you can match me?
No mana.
I've had enough of you. You leave me no choice.
I need more time.
You think you can run?
If that was the last boss, which I'm guessing it is, that's like the easiest last boss in the game. Pretty interesting though. Like, that was pretty easy.
All that I sacrificed.
Your people cannot be saved. History is already written. You can stay here and die, or come with us and help save the future.
The legacy of the Val must be protected. I do know of a way to contain the beast.
Let's just start talking then. My friend here isn't exactly the peacemaking type.
If only I had more time. There is an ancient weapon. A weapon that was used against corruption from a civilization lost to the ages. I have one piece of it. 3 others were scattered. I've been searching for them, but the Karui have interfered at every turn.
So will you help us?
I suppose I must. It is too late for us here. This era is over. I pleaded with it, but the fact that you are here, I will come to your era.
It's settled then.
Okay. I never actually beat Act 3, so I didn't know that there was a time traveling dude that assists you. This reminds me of Apocalypse from Marvel, where like this guy predicted the coming of people from the future, or no, he predicted like someone coming, and he like prepared, and he was like the ruler. That's what happened with Apocalypse in Egypt. Like one of the rulers were preparing for him to show up, and all it did was create Apocalypse. But this reminds me of that.
Now then, it is time we departed. Activate the portal. We will see about it. It begins.
So yeah, their world ended. So it's not like we left with him and then it ended like a week later or a year later. It ended literally the same day we left with him. So it's like completely justified to leave.
How can I be of
And you know, go to the future.
Farewell.
Alright, I think I'm at the dip. I'll probably come back later after I eat and play the witch. But I did beat the act, so I'm ready to dip.
My people. They're all long dead. It's one thing to hear it, but another to see it. This city is nothing but a grave. I can't change their fate. But the Val are not entirely gone. For that to happen, we need the weapon. We must travel to the archipelago the Karui call Namakanui. If the pieces still exist, that is where they will be found. Of course.
I don't trust.
Returning with Doriani was an inspired move. As the foremost expert on the beast that ever lived, I doubt we can trust him in a broader sense. But for the moment, our goals are aligned. If he thinks we should travel south to Namakanui, then so we shall.
Oh, good. Well, that was quite the adventure, wasn't it?
Have you learned the location of the weapon?
Doriani claims it is in pieces. He holds one.
I've never seen the
There are
Titan
3
talk in
others he
dialogue
says
like
are
this.
scattered in a Karui
He still looks like a
archipelago.
hobo with no gear.
Namakanui. Interesting. We must make haste.
Well then, how about I take you and your merry friends to Kingsmart? The port town is within the area of Namakanui. From there, you can charter a ship from my contact and begin your search. We've quite a haul of treasure we've borrowed from...
King's March would indeed be a wise...
Great. We can leave whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll be back to play my witch. I'll probably be Act 2 on her, and maybe get my ascendancy points in the Chaos Trial, depending on how hard it is on the witch. And then, you know, I'll probably stop playing at that point. Maybe I'll play my monk. I don't know. I might not come back at all. I might just play Skate or Cyberpunk or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna go. Act 3 was pretty good. This game's really good. Warrior is very powerful. This is like the most powerful I've ever seen him. I still have no idea on how to get more ascendancy points. I think you get 8, so you get 2 more. Or, you know, 4 more, I mean. And, you know, the next points I'm gonna get, I'll probably put into the Aftershock and then the Ancestral Boost. So that'll allow me to go for, like, this tree for Area of Effect. Go up over here, grab another Area of Effect tree. That just gives you, like, an inherent chance to, you know, get that Aftershock. And then eventually go up top for this Ancestral Boost tree. See, I'm gonna go. I might come back, I might not. Alright guys, I'll see you later. I might come back.